All right, let's see what our new math workshop problem says today. Miss Fields saw some flowers blooming in her garden. If you know Miss Fields, she loves flowers and she loves to see them bloom. So she saw some. Doesn't tell us how many. 3 more bloomed. So I know that as I read a story problem that I stop and I think. So I know it's talking about Miss Fields. I know it's talking about some flowers that bloomed. Okay. Now she has 6 flowers blooming. How many flowers did Miss Fields see blooming first? All right, so I have to figure out what the question is asking me. So I find the question and I read that question again. How many flowers did Miss Fields see blooming first? So I find my unit and I find my keyword label. So my unit is how many flowers. So I know that I circle it and write it. So how many flowers? So So this is going to be flowers. Flowers. But I know that if I'm getting first grade ready, that I not only can do this, but I can turn this question into an answer sentence, or sometimes we call it an answer statement. So how many flowers did Miss Fields see blooming first? Well, I know that I can turn Miss Fields into she. I can say she. Well, she what? She saw. I don't know yet. She saw what? Still flowers. She saw flowers. Wait a minute. I can give a little bit more information. Blooming first. That's the key. Because there's lots of information about flowers, but I want to be specific. I want to be precise. I know that she saw flowers blooming first. So I can write this and I can be precise. Okay. All right, so I'm going to read it again so that I can figure out what the problem is asking me. Miss Fields saw some flowers blooming in her garden. So, she saw some flowers. So I don't know what that is. She saw some flowers. So I'm going to put a question mark, and it says some flowers blooming. So I'm just going to put a B for blooming. These are the flowers that are blooming. Okay. All right, let's continue reading. 3 more bloomed. So wait a minute, 3 more. So if some bloomed and there's more, I'm going to add on to this. 3 more. So this looks a little bit different than what we did last week. 3 more. So here's some that bloomed. Here is 3 more that bloomed. So I can label this bloomed. Wait a minute. I've got to be precise. This says bloomed and this says bloomed. Well, how can I be more specific and more precise so that I can understand what these 2 boxes mean? Well, let's go back to the story. They were blooming in her garden, and then 3 more bloomed. So maybe I could label this the ones that bloomed first. And maybe these are the ones that bloomed, you guessed it, second. Okay, now this makes more sense to me. These are the flowers that bloomed first. These were the some that I don't know. These were the 3 more that bloomed. All right, let's continue. Now she has 6 flowers blooming. Wait a minute. Now she has 6 flowers blooming. Does that mean she has 6 more flowers blooming? No, that means that she now has 6 flowers blooming. That all of these make 6 flowers that bloom. So wait a minute. I can't put bloom here again. I've got to be able to be precise and understand what this means in real life. So wait a minute, that's all the flowers that are blooming. So I can put all flowers blooming. That makes sense to me. The flowers that bloomed first, the flowers that bloomed second, and all of the flowers that bloomed. Now, I have my unit bar. This tells me what I need to do now. I have them labeled. I know that this is a part. I can see it's a part. This 3, this is another part. And I know this whole rectangle, this is my whole. I know I have been thinking lately, and I know that if I have a whole, that a whole take away a part equals a part. I know that equals that other part. But I also know that my brain can work a little bit different, and I can see that these two parts put together, that a part plus a part, that could equal the whole. So either way that it makes sense to you, you can do either one. I think I'm going to do this one, okay? I can set up both equations because they both will give me what I'm looking for. Well, what am I looking for? That she saw, flowers blooming first. I'm looking for what bloomed first. All right, so I know my whole. It says right there, I have it labeled. 6 minus the part that I know, which is the flowers that bloom second, is 3. So 6 minus 3 equals something. Okay, well, wait a minute. I have an equation here. This means to subtract. I know I start with my whole. I think I can do a model drawing, and I'm going to be precise. I'm going to be simple. I'm just going to draw circles, okay? So I think I'm going to draw this 6, and I'm going to make sure it's in the 5 group way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 on the top, and one more gives me 6. Well, does it tell me to put 3 more? It says to take away or subtract 3 from my whole. So I'm going to mark these out precise. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3 is left. That's got to be the missing part. Okay, but I need another strategy. So I've done a model drawing. I want to make sure that my next strategy hopefully gives me 3. So if you figured it out so far, this is a combination of 6. Okay, looks like 3 and 3 give me 6. Let's do another strategy to see if it's 6. All right, let's see. So I see here that I have a subtraction problem. I think I want to do a number line. So I'm going to do a number line. I've got to be really precise though when I do number lines. Got to be really careful so that it makes sense and I can see it. Okay, so here's my number line. Well, let's look at my equation. 6 minus, subtract. I know I count back to subtract. So I'm going to put my arrow here. I know I'm going to be hopping this way. This shows that I'm precise. I know where I'm going on a number line because number lines don't stop. But we can start them anywhere we need them. But I know that I'm going to be going this direction. And I'm going to start with my whole. So if I'm going to be going this way, I need to put my 6 here. So I think I'm going to put my 6. This is exactly where I need it. I can put it where I need it to be helpful. So 6, and I'm going to be counting back. How many places am I going to be counting back? 3. Okay, so I'm going to be counting back 3. So this 6, I got to label so that I know these are all the flowers that bloomed. That helps me be precise. And as I'm counting back 3, that's what it tells me right here. These are the flowers that bloomed second. So I'm going to be counting back. So let's do it. 1. I put my arrow so I know I'm going back. So I've subtracted 1. And at 5, I'm not finished. I have to go back 3. 2. One more. 3. So there it is. I've hopped back 3. We have to label this. What does all of this represent? This represents the flowers that bloomed second. All I have to do is look back in my unit bar. That's why it's helpful, okay? And then when I hopped here, this is my answer. So I'm going to circle that because this is what I'm looking for. That is the flowers that bloomed first. The ones that bloomed first. And this is what I'm looking for. So look, I've got 2 strategies that show me the same answer of 3. So now I can put it in my unit. 3 what? 3 flowers. Or I can put it in my answer statement. She saw 3 flowers blooming first. Now, you can also do part plus part equals whole. If you would like to do that, if that makes more sense in your brain, then you can do that and show your strategies. I did whole minus part equals part, and I showed 2 strategies here. All right, good luck, and I can't wait to see what you do.